Hi, tonight I'll be playing Jasper the Bruja.
Tonight I will be playing GR the Malkavian.
Hi, my name is Jazzy, and tonight I'll be playing Soraya the Assamite.
Hello there, my name is Jimmy, and I'll be playing Ren the Gangrel.
And I'm your storyteller, Virons. When a murder is committed, how long does it take for someone to notice? How does the disease take hold of the heart? How long does the body sit still while the world still moves and changes around it? Does the spirit still linger? How does one deal with the fact that they can commit murder? The music of the universe might still beat and pulse, but the victim will never hear it again. The group around the body once was calm, but now is melancholy and sad, not knowing what caused it. The crowds of protesters and Bible thumpers are now leaving the club, and the club is now returning to a state of normalcy, as the body of the priest is still sitting there. Soraya. I'm assuming you've sneaked off by this point and have returned to your coterie. And you see him just sitting there, slumped over.
Well, that is done. I say, trying to hide the fact that I am at all bothered by having to do what was deemed necessary. Let's get paid then, shall we?
Seems like a plan to me.
Guys,
We never did figure out why those elders didn't send their own leg breakers after him, did we? We never really did find out what we got into.
Just to remind you, Genghis, one of the elders who were in the room, is with you. And he's actually going to say, because you were there. You were in the room with us, so you had to do it. The rest of us were too old, and we all have too much shit going on.
Oh, right. That makes sense. And still visibly bothered, but trying very badly to hide it.
Did we see it happen?
No. I mean, you can see the body there now. It's still sitting in the chair, but you don't see anything. You didn't really see it happen.
What did you do to him?
I got him in the neck with these claws.
He doesn't look it.
I mean, they're very sharp and very venomous.
Are you doing all right?
Yep, never better. I think I just need to feed.
All right.
Speaking of which, can I have you roll humanity? You do seem very... You were giving off a... Soraya seems very nonchalant about just killing this guy. So much of it might still be in her code to do so. As far as you can tell, this guy was probably just a good guy going about his life. He seemed to make everyone else's lives better and happier, even when he approached them.
Yeah, here. Okay, so I'm at Humanity 8, right?
Let me go check. But I believe yes.
Oh, what am I rolling? Humanity difficulty 6?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Success. So do I have to lose humanity now, or?
Let me see. Oh no, you're good. You. It's very much. I mean, this is the second murder you've committed in like a very recent amount of time.
Yeah, and this
You-
one
you-
wasn't in a combat situation.
And you get the you get the feeling that you're probably rationalizing it in your head of this is just the job. This isn't any different from when I was an Alamut before the incident happened, before you had to flee.
I don't know, I just feel like we Canaanites have been given all of these powers, all of these blessings, all of these responsibilities. It's not right for us to lord it over mortals like this. You know, it's not right to treat humans as kind.
Possibly, but I mean, frankly, of all the people to have sympathy with, weirdo pastors are pretty far down the list as far as I'm concerned. Not the greatest track record.
Especially ones that can, and Genghis will step in, especially ones that can do whatever he did to a pretty old and pretty powerful Ventrue. Probably didn't deserve to continue living.
No, somebody who loved God enough to literally manifest a weapon from his soul. Seems like he might have been on the right side of the Lord.
Jesper's gonna kind of look around at the kindred we're at least aware of being here, namely the elders, and say, well, possibly he may have been a virtuous man, but his flock, as religious folk put it, I think, they're here on their satanic panic, whatever. He's in charge. Say maybe he should come get us, but what about all of these people?
I mean, they're his followers, and if... I don't know. There's much to think about.
It's a bit of a pause in Genghis thinking. It was very stereotypical Bruja in the sense of they were very gun-ho, ready to kill. He was like,
To clarify, we still expect to get paid.
well, yeah, no shit. But like, was he leading them though? Like,
I
did
don't know.
any of you see that or prove that?
I mean,
Obviously he needed to die, but like, go on.
I mean, he will be judged by God, and so will I.
Oh, you still have that thing. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
He'll start walking up in motion for the rest of the group to follow.
Okay.
I do.
You guys do see your other Coterie mate out on the floor. You see Warren out there still. As much as the protesters have left about now, Warren is still there.
Does he look in his right mind? As much as he can be, I suppose.
Spent most of his time kind of trying to peel off the, I guess, true believers, like the actual legitimate Bible thumpers, rather than people who are like paid or like tricked into being there.
Which truthfully is a very small amount. You're kind of the only one who discovered who that they were actually, like, a lot of them were paid to go there. just like out of circumstance, they were just paid to either go on this bus or to affiliate with this group. And some of them have like adopted that way of thinking, but they were just going like, this is more out of circumstance than anything. So the few that did stick around to listen to you that weren't paid to be there, there's like an even stronger sense of mourning in them, and they don't understand why they're feeling so downtrodden and depressed.
Gotcha. Do I see my coterie mates going up?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you see them ascending this spiral staircase up to the 3rd floor. And you... anyone else who's kind of like paying attention to like where Warren is will also see that Margot's kind of like trailed off. And it looks like she's in a bit of a daze. There could be some sort of control, like extended mind control over her, or some other thing that could be happening, but she's walking down and outside of the club.
Warren's gonna turn back to like the very small group that he was able to kind of collect and say, don't lose hope now. As long as we are able to know the truth and fight and keep ourselves armed and aware, then we will win. He's gonna go up to join the rest of the coterie.
I mean, I tried to get Margot's attention, and
It doesn't really stick.
Margot, are you okay?
She doesn't really say anything, just kind of like brushes you off, and not in the sense of like anger or anything. It's just like something is calling to her. She doesn't say anything, but it's more of the sense of like you can tell this is more in her soul or in her mind, and she's not trying to be rude, but she just needs to do this on her own for the time.
I see. I nod and let her be on her way.
Cool, maybe I can steal her boon.
The rest of you get into Brennan Thornhill's office. You see Warren kind of like standing at the door, probably psyching himself up to get in. Just knowing that there's like these pretty powerful figures who are actual like mind manipulators, and which also could be like deep state kind of stuff if they really wanted.
Certainly. Sad I left my tinfoil hat at home.
And you see Sir, who is the Ventru. He opens up the door. You see Warren for the first time. See as well. You saw earlier is that Portia, a neonate who was also at the party, at Annabelle's party, about a week and a half ago, in game time. She's in there as well. She's the only other neonate other than the rest of your coterie that you see.
Okay. We did it!
Angus has a happy smile on his face. He goes like, well, she did it. He'll point at Soraya. Yeah, the assassin girl. Yeah.
Come.
And Thornhill's gonna look at her. Oh, so you're the one getting the boon then. You'll decide what your group wants.
Well,
Not Primogen.
damn. Gentlemen, what do we want?
That is good. Is there anything that we...
I want further information on any other Asimite exiles in the city. Does anybody have an idea better than that?
I was hoping we could get some info on. I gotta check my journals. Hang on. What's this? On what was going on with Drummond. I haven't forgotten.
Okay.
Who knows if he knows anything, but
The guy who was kind of manipulating Drummond, you mean?
yeah.
That is a good idea.
Yeah, Drummond was the manipulator, Weatherbottom is the manipulatee.
Alright. If that's what everybody's voting, then I'm willing to concede. Although you owe me one, alright?
Seems fair. I already paid you one by coming and getting you out of that vault.
Well, yes, but you would have done that anyway.
No comment.
Fine. What exactly do we want to know about Drummond? It's best to be specific.
Or yeah, the person manipulating him. Hang on. I scrolled all the way back down from my journal entry.
Here, you ask petition for...
We want to know everything. Like it's so long that I don't have the working memory of it in my brain. I'm trying, and I didn't write it in that much detail because I try to write it in character a little bit. We want to know. To clarify, by the way, because I have it written down as Ballard. To our knowledge, we aren't talking to the person that did this, right, storyteller?
So, no. The only people in the room right now, the neonate Portia, a elder known as Sir, Genghis, who is an anarch and Bruja, and Brennan Thornhill, the legal owner of the Succubus Club.
Thornhill. Okay, that makes sense. And my head got all messed up. Yeah. We want to know if you can tell us anything about why or how Ballard would have been messing with Drummond's head to make the events of the party go the way that they did. Or if any of his contacts can, tell us the same.
All right. So I relay that message to Sir and Genghis and Portia.
And Thornhill.
Thornhill, yes.
I should say, Portia is still sitting off to the side. It's not like she can do anything.
Okay.
She's a neonate.
I don't know. I still think something's up with her somehow. Like, she's clearly in the company of these very important people for some reason.
Can you actually, speaking of which, when you did bring up earlier, when you did bring up the Asimite refugee, can you roll perception and alertness? And your keen eyed is gonna figure in, is gonna be in play as well.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so that's 4 perception plus keen eye plus 1
So
alertness.
It's 5 dice total, and if you get 2 10s, you get an extra success.
Okay.
Or sorry, if you get a 10, you get an extra success. Or remembering it wrong, the dice roller will tell me.
Okay, and difficulty 6?
Yeah, this is gonna be difficulty 6 as well.
1 success.
You now you didn't really notice it at first, but now you realize that she's paying closer attention to you. Now that you did bring that up, she's like, you would almost guess that she's kind of like now realizing, oh wait, you're like you actually look different.
I realize that about her, or she's
really
looks at me differently.
She's looking at you differently now. You would see like the cogs are clicking in her head of like, oh, this person isn't from here, as in they're not from like they're not even embraced in America. You see those like cogs clicking in her head.
Interesting. I try to flash her a look without seeming too eager, and I don't say anything outright yet.
Now she looks confused.
Mhm.
And
No,
even
not that kind of look.
no, she still looks confused no matter what look you give her. But I'm assuming that you guys were also whispering during that conversation as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in fact, she's not sitting close to you as well, so you'll. That's as much as I can get at the moment. And when you relay what your wants are for the boon to Thornhill and Genghis and Sir, they all kind of like look at each other, going in the way of like, are they sure they want that information? And Thornhill's gonna like, you want to try thinking about it again?
Well,
I could
hold
tell you
on.
that for free.
Well, if information's free, we'll take it at that cost. Maybe you will get what you want, Soraya.
Yeah.
Not
All right.
Primogen.
We'll take what information you can give us
We're
gratis,
not-
and then we'll judge.
Not Primogen. Not Primogen.
Cyril actually speak up. I'm sorry, I misspoke. He's not a adventurer. He's a Toreador. He'll speak up and say, they have daddy issues. That's just it. They have daddy issues. They want to be the best. So Drummond just threw Weatherbottom under a bus. Or train, I should say. But yeah, it's just it.
Good old case daddy issues. Gotta love it.
I mean, it does sound like a pretty typical story.
Interesting. I don't know, Drummond seemed pretty genuine to me, but I suppose you can never know.
Well,
Empire doesn't have, daddy issues. Speaking of, I should be getting back to the church.
Thornhill's gonna say the ones who aren't embraced in like massive groups like we were. And he'll like gesture like purely to himself only. Everyone but Soraya would know is like, yeah, he's a child of Loden. He's in one of the broods, as there are two of them, and Drummond and Weatherbottom and Bobby Weatherbottom are in different broods, but still compete with each other.
But if it was just infighting, I mean, it was so obviously pointed to him. if he's smart enough to try and set up his broodmate as a cat's paw, wouldn't he have been smart enough not to make the sculpture a train?
Sorry, it's hard to remember because they both have kind of ridiculous names. Weatherbottom knew that Drummond liked trains and wanted to pin everything on him.
Oh, you misspoke earlier. Okay, my bad.
Well, yes, it's hard to remember when.
Yeah, of course.
With the majority of my siblings, and he gives air quotes to that, have ridiculous names. They're ridiculous.
It is pretty ridiculous. I'll have to concede that. Well, in that case, what can you tell Soraya about Awesomite refugees?
Yep. Where can I go to find them? Who is in town? Who is in town and doesn't want to be found? Who is hunting for us? You know, give me the deets.
Well, I mean, we haven't really heard anything of like any other Assamites being in town other than you.
I'm the only Assamite in all of Chicago.
To our knowledge.
You need better spies.
Ominous.
Very much so.
I mean, I know for a fact that there are Assamite hunters here.
As in people who aren't Assamites? Yes.
No, as in hunters from Alamut still loyal to Urshulgi.
Well, your kind are also very good at hiding.
Well, that we are.
Are you saying
But I
we should
thought
be
that-
worried about?
Sorry,
Well,
go on.
Are you
Well,
saying
I'm-
we should be? Oh, I'm seeing you first.
This is like three of us trying to speak at once. Okay. Thornhill's firmly gonna put his voice in and just going like, I have heard from my sire that we are to protect you. And only you.
That was the agreement, yes. But
So you
You
being
know-
known to us is actually beneficial at the moment for you.
that is true, but information is, valuable. Being ignorant of an entire clan's presence in the third largest city in America, I expected better from the Camarilla. With all due respect, Venerable Elder.
Well, sorry. Well, he's just gonna say, well, it could just be that, given that everything that's happened lately, and you guys honestly not being that quiet about it, kind of puts shit in a different, puts that on a different priority list. It's not that big of a
Could-
priority as we are dealing with your shit. You keep leaving around.
Could be. Then could I modify my request to have a standing obligation that you report the presence of any hostile Assamites to me?
Thornhill is gonna look at Genghis, and Genghis is gonna shrug. Sir is gonna flip a coin. As
Oh.
Thornhill looks at him. Sir gives a nod to Thornhill. And Thornhill's gonna go. We will do so to the best of our current abilities.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
Speaking of our messes, with all due respect, we didn't opt into these situations. We tried to get the much older and more capable, I say like rolling my eyes, Annabelle in to help us rescue our coterie mates from what the weird dungeon Dimitri had in, and she seemed uninterested despite her protege being in there. Annabelle herself sent us to go and get the Book of Nod. We're not trying to stick our nose into everything happening into Chicago. Well, the night of the party, no comment. But the rest of it, that's not on us. Other people could have gotten involved and chose not to. Including, and I gesture, except for Genghis here, plenty of respect, you tonight with the priest man.
Angus is gonna look at you. And he's gonna say, Don't put me in your own shit. Don't cover me in your shit. Listen.
Yeah.
You four decided to go talk to Annabelle about the Book of Nod, about the Apocrypha to the Book of Nod. You, he's going to point at Jasper this time, chose to leave a note with her. And you still came up empty. And you left a whole apartment full of dead bodies. Do you know who found that out? The Tremere.
Oh, fuck.
You people have been leaving your shit around town.
Why are the Tremere looking into our business?
Yeah, did we do anything that they'd consider interesting?
Not simultaneously, but all of them are going to give something along the lines of how the fuck am I supposed to know? Most if not all of you understand that the Tremere are very secretive, untrustworthy.
Mhm.
So even if they did know, they can't guarantee it's the full truth. You even hear Portia go like, how would they know? She's a neonate.
In any case, we left a mess, but as far as I remember, we killed them like people did, and they were armed and had who knows what else in there. If I didn't know what they were, I would have just assumed they were a weird gang.
It's
Every
still.
vampire
Society of
clan is a
the-
weird gang.
They had Society of Leopold on their computer.
Another weird gang.
Sure, but you know, you get killed with guns and knives. I can't imagine any mortals looking into it would think anything other than strange gang war.
And the crosses.
Listen, you know, people get weird about religion too. That's none of my business.
Soraya rolls her eyes.
Thornhill's
Right
gonna look
ahead.
at Thornhill's gonna look at the rest of you guys, and he's gonna say, "You guys are really gonna let him speak for you through all this."
I'm interested in seeing where he goes.
Wow, give me a thumbs up.
He doesn't speak for me, but I am allowing him to speak.
I need to see what kind of shit I'm gonna have to clean up tonight. Where is the body?
In a chair downstairs. Yep.
The
If I
poison
remember
is
correctly.
the poison is corrosive, so
Oh my god.
Who did you poison?
Oh great, now. Oh, that was.
who did I poison?
Warren doesn't know.
Oh,
Just goes,
there was this priest. Apparently he was a good guy, but he had to die anyway.
Everyone saw the priest. Warren was the only one who didn't know that you guys were told to kill the priest.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Soraya. We are asked to kill the priest, and did so. So that's what happened there, Warren.
Yep.
I'm just gonna rub the bridge of his nose.
It should have been just enough venom to have looked like it caused a shock, like a heart attack. You know, not too uncommon for an old, frail man in a nightclub. But
Thornhill's gonna say, except he wasn't old.
Yeah.
Frail, but not old.
Cardiovascular failure is the #1 leading cause of men in the United States.
what number is vampire?
1 for all we know.
The one moment Jasper has any sort of intelligence.
Yes.
Look, he watches the news occasionally. They talk about it on the Today Show. He watches reruns at night. The Night Show, but not the other one.
Hey. Just so I don't have to do it, or get any of the other employees here, so I don't have to dominate them to do it, so I don't have to use my gifts to do it. Go get rid of the body.
Anyone have anywhere we can dump it? Though, I mean, we could easily put it in the street or something like that, but
Well,
Out of the
guys, we
way.
do have a church with a perfectly functional churchyard.
Sir
Hang on.
face palms. He face palms when he says we could just when you say we could just leave it in the street.
Sir, are you telling me you keep an active cemetery at your place?
I mean, it's been abandoned, but where would you expect a priest to be buried?
That's crazy. I suppose we could do that. We could also take him out on Lake Michigan and do it mob style.
no.
Concrete shoes. What do you dislike the lake?
You guys.
Yeah, Jasper, you can do that on your own if you like.
Yes,
I-
yes, please, yeah. That sounds a great idea that you can do.
Do you guys have phobias of bodies of water?
We have phobias of being out in the open.
With a dead body.
Well, you put them in a big cooler. Whatever you have to do. We
That's
roll
not
them up in a
suspicious
carpet.
at all.
Or the cops can't be watching all the time. But if you want to put them in your front yard, I'm perfectly happy with that solution too.
Yeah, listen, the coast of Lake Michigan is much more brightly lit and much more well patrolled than like the middle of Lincoln Park.
I feel like
Okay.
it should also be worth adding. Patrol-wise, there are still cops in the club, just in case protesters do come back.
Oh yeah.
Well, we should. Well, I guess we got a weekend at Bernie's until the cops leave. We act like we're escorting him to come have a polite conversation with the proprietor of the establishment.
Oh god, do we have to like dress up as Christians? I remember
That's good.
when I was a girl, my dad disapproved of what I was wearing and he told me to change because I looked like a Protestant. And I said, "Don't you mean prostitute?" And he said, "No."
They have Protestants in the Middle East?
Yeah, we
hear-
call them Americans.
Yeah, Kangos will say that. And he goes like, and then when you say that part, you're like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just. So we saw police here. Guess we. I don't know. To hide. I'm not.
I'm gonna like lean out of the office in what's it look like between here and the priest's body.
I will say, what do you do? Look at the priest's body. There are still people there. There's still people by the body.
Mhm.
They
Has anybody noticed that he's dead yet?
no. It's not uncommon to fall unconscious in the club, but for somebody to die in the club upstairs is an issue. In the
Mhm.
basement, you can get away with it a little bit because like you can hide a body in like a corner during the rest of the night, and then in the day have someone get rid of it.
Is there like a secret? I feel sort of silly for asking this, but there wouldn't happen to be an exit through the basement, right? A cellar door or anything like that?
Thornhill's gonna shake his head and go, nope. No secret
So-
exits, no secret entrances, no secrets in the labyrinth.
So then, is there a fire escape at least?
I mean, this is an old warehouse. There doesn't. I mean, no.
So the only way in and out is through that door, which is being watched by cops. Delightful. We can pretend that the priest just had a bit too much to drink, right?
Yeah, you could also move him to the bathroom.
That's a good idea. Put him in a stall and. Yep. So yeah, I'll
This?
do that. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you can like hide yourself from people, right? Usually including what you're carrying. So maybe if you pick them up.
Can I? I don't think. Can I carry something with unseen presence?
I am checking. So that's a good
That's what-
question.
This is the funniest
That is-
solution to this problem.
It's a solution.
It is a solution. It's. Well, where is my?
So
Come on.
generally it says if, and I am gonna have you roll it. It would be a wit stealth. It's gonna be difficulty 7.
That's fair.
But it's generally gonna make people avoid you. And so that's just to get to the body without being seen. If you're gonna be using that kind of light. If you're gonna be grabbing the body and doing that, then you can't really. As for what the rule says, it says upon success, vampire and alter clothing and objects that could fit into a pocket are concealed.
Yeah, that's fair. The pocket, yep.
Bigger pockets.
There's so you technically could get up to it. You can get up to the body. You can maybe even begin moving it, but people are gonna kind of snap out and go like, "Oh shit, you're there," and then you're gonna have to reason with the idea of, "Oh yeah, this is my friend. I'm moving him into the bathroom just that way, he's not taking up space."
Right. Which I think I can easily do.
That still comes with the that still comes with the issue of how did you know he was passed out? We didn't realize you were his friend. How come you look so different? And he's a priest.
I think I could do this. I think I can easily get him into the bathroom. I think I could do it. I have a way to get him into the room, to move him, and see if he needs help. I mean, to get him out of the way for the night.
Yeah, I also have obfuscate if you need help.
I think I'll be fine. I'll just keep an eye on me, basically, if you can.
All right.
So I am going to go out of the office and head towards the body.
That means I gotta ask: are you sneaking over there, or are you just walking normally, as normal as possible?
Yeah, I'm just going to act like I'm going to the bar, but still make it look like I'm just going to go by him, basically. And once I see him, I'm going to just look over at him and be like, "Oh, he's definitely dead." But look at him and then go up to him and tap on his shoulder and be like, "Hey, are you okay?" Softly into his ear, make it look like to see if he's okay. To some people.
All right.
And then I'm going to pick him. Then I'm going to make it look like I'm helping him to the bathroom.
I am gonna have to roll something. I just need to figure out how I'm.
I know this is so.
And how are you
weird.
not? How to make you not fully flat out fail?
No, I agree.
So. I think. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be a 2 die pool. It's gonna be your charisma.
Okay.
It's gonna be expression as well. Performance.
Okay.
It's the same thing. Or performance. It's the same thing.
Yep.
This because you're trying to show that you're his friend and that you just noticed.
Yes.
It's going to be standard difficulty, but since you have no dots in expression or performance,
Yep.
it's going to be difficulty 7.
Yep, that's fair. 2 dice, 7. I will burn a willpower on this.
Okay.
So 7 and 4, and I just do willpower, or how do we do it in? Yep.
For Zumitsu, it is /MW.
Okay, MW. That's
It'll
right.
add your willpower for you.
All right, and that is 2 dice, difficulty 7. 1 success. Didn't fail.
They're the two blood dolls were kind of like just sitting there talking to each other. They mostly, I mean, inadvertently talking about death, not realizing that there was a dead guy in front of them.
Yeah.
But they see you. They look at you very strange. They're kind of like just about letting this pass. And we're like, this is creepy, but okay. Like, this guy has been sitting there for a while now, so like, I guess maybe. And with your strength and your reserves strength, you very easily pick up this dead body, and like, while he might have been like about 160, 170 pounds while alive, or, you know, while still having a beating heart and awake, dead weight is no joke.
Oh no, it's definitely no.
Yeah. So you would recognize that, you know, some of your other coterie mates might actually have struggled with this, but for you, not much of an issue. And you bring him over to the bathroom, and it's about like 2 stalls are occupied right now. There's one directly all the way over on the end for people who need the accessibility for wheelchairs and such. And then there's like one in between the first 2 and then your ADA cubicle. But otherwise there are just urinals kind of like across from them as well.
Okay, and all the stalls are filled up, or is it?
There's 2 open. You have your larger one for people who need who have wheelchairs, and then the other one for people who don't need the accessibility.
Okay, I'll put them in the one that is the smaller one.
Okay.
And I'll make it basically prop him up so it looks like he was trying to. Basically, he was having it make him look like he wasn't feeling well and he needed to throw up, and
You
Yeah.
hear someone or a group of people come in. You're not entirely certain. You just hear the door open and footsteps. Can you? This is probably, it's gonna be stealth and probably it could be appearance. Let's just go for appearance, just of what this is looking like at the moment. So you could
what's appearance?
stealth and appearance.
Stealth and appearance.
Presumably,
okay,
you're trying to
gotcha.
cover up
Yeah.
the fact that this guy's dead or knocked out, and you're like positioning him, which is sketch.
Yep, yeah, that's fair. And I know definitely silent movements will not apply for this. Difficulty 6.
Yes, this one's going to be difficulty 6 as well.
All right. That's 4 successes.
Let's go.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're not sure if it was a group of people or whatever. You, with the like pounding of the music, it's kind of hard to hear the amount of footsteps happening at the time. But as far as you know, no one did like a gasp or anything, or go like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" They just walked in, did their business, washed their hands, and walked back out. Seems like you're
Yep.
pretty much have gotten away with it.
Okay,
Now,
I'm just gonna.
What's the rest of the group doing at this time?
I feel like the more people we get involved in this, more disaster it's gonna be. So I think I'm like keeping lookout and maybe like looking to run interference or something.
Yeah, Soraya is also, you know, keeping a watch as she was asked to do. You know, keen eyes, keen senses. Looking to make sure that nobody is taking too much of an interest.
Warren definitely would have kind of backed off to his own little area to keep an eye on things, keeping a low profile.
Yeah. As I was just saying, you know, just had it was actually like two people who walked in with each other and then just also quickly walked back out. They didn't seem shocked or appalled or anything. Very normal, still chatting with each other. Presumably, that is when Ren makes his way back up to the group. Unless Ren wants to do anything else on the floor.
Mm-mm. So as soon as I would just be waiting for anything happening, and if nothing happens, I would just head back up to the rest of the coterie.
Yeah. You guys see Ren head back up to the office. Kind of waiting by the stairs before fully going up.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at Soraya. Did he just leave him in there?
I think so. I hope not.
Yeah, I'm gonna run back up to the office and look for a piece of paper and just write out of order, and hopefully I can grab some tape. I'm gonna go put an out of order sign on that bathroom.
Jasper's one intelligence is like working overtime.
4 wits, baby!
Yeah, I was gonna say your wits is kicking in more than your intelligence at the moment.
I got plans you motherfuckers can't even conceive of.
Yeah, you're really good at thinking on your feet, but nothing else.
Don't ask me what I got on the SATs.
Yeah, if you are very quick, you use your celerity and everything without, you know, masquerade breaking speeds or anything. You just write it, quickly run back down, and then slap it on, and then make sure to close it and kind of cover up a little bit. Then run back up to the offices. And you see now that, like, I mean, you can't get into the actual office anymore. Does it seem like Genghis or Sir or Portia are in there? You see Thornhill in there, but he's actually like doing some paperwork at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And now the rest of your guys' night is free. About 4 or 5 more hours in the rest in your night.
Well, I need to make it back to the church and visit Randy and Deborah.
Deborah is not at the church at the moment. She's in her own home. Or maybe possibly with Margot, but she didn't stay in the church.
Got it.
Just because there still needs to be like said that Margot or Deborah kind of made it clear to, like, you know, Deborah needs that like sense of stability at the moment, given the clan purse.
Soraya understands the need for Deborah and Margot to keep her distance. She does have that effect on women. She's very dangerous.
What happened in there?
I don't know. I am both very curious and too afraid to ask.
Kindred these days can't leave him in a room for 48 hours without making kids.
Well,
you
I
guys
don't know.
going-
I think it went rather well.
Are you guys going to the church with Soraya?
I would not mind heading to the church.
Yeah, I feel like we should start planning out how we're gonna bury this guy without anybody getting suspicious, I guess.
That is fair.
So, come to the church in the Wildwood? Is that everyone?
Yeah. Believe so.
Well, our group makes way back to the church, and you see all of you kind of like see Randy at the altar standing, and he's not like, doing like a preacher pose or anything. He's standing at the moment with his head in his hand, and he's reading what appears to be a big book. Soraya, you would understand that this is probably the size of like one of the books that you brought from Almut of like the different castes of Asmite. It could be like a book on basic instructions for the seers or the sorcerers, or the one that you're a part of, which is just kind of the standard Asmite warrior.
Mm-hmm. Hey, interesting book, huh?
Yeah, I picked it out of your bag, and it talks about, and now that you specifically, sorry, like look at it now, you do see it as the one from the sorcerers, which does fit in line with him being an intellectual. The warrior caste is all about how to murder and how to be sneaky about it, and best places to strike, how to strike well, how to strike hard, follow through. And the sorcerers are about intelligence and secrecy and the workings of the blood and I hesitate to say thaumaturgical values of it, given the Tremere. But
Yeah, they don't like the Tremere.
yes, but he's talking. He's going like, yeah, it's just this whole thing. It's just how they are people. Anyway, it's amazing how they discovered like what they were able to do and some of their basic abilities, and he kind of hold that. Kind of does like a slight wave of his hands. And you see just kind of this basic shape come up, and it is just like a very poor image of just like a very poor like square. It's kind of like a squircle almost. And you can see like he's struggling to hold it.
You taught yourself to do that all on your own in a single night?
I don't have much else to do.
Oh, Randy, I'm so proud of you. It usually takes people weeks to do that. Oh, you're going to go far.
I guess it kind of helps because I had a lot of vampires teaching me, apparently.
Yes, you see? Community is everything.
kind of then realizes that the rest of the group is there, and is like, "Oh shit! Shoot! Hi. What do you guys want? Need things? Hi.
Well, we need to bury a body.
He pauses with his mouth hanging open a bit and just goes like, "Why? What did you do?" He kind of looks at Jasper.
Fucked up.
No, it was me, darling. An unpleasant business. There was a certain priest who I'm not sure I did the right thing. But I've made my decision and I have to live with it now.
Oh, okay. He's still kind of looking at Jasper, but like he's not fully convinced that's right I did it yet, even though that is the truth. He just sees a lot of anger in Jasper. Still assumes that probably a killing came from him.
Look, dude. The only thing you know about me is I saved your life. Chill. Weren't you locked in a vault? I avoid murdering people. I promise.
Yes, child. You'll find out that as your predisposition is towards sorcery, mine is towards murder. Or judgment, rather, which is murder with philosophy behind it.
Murder with extra steps.
Murder with extra steps. The extra step being, go murder this person.
Well, you do know that he should have almost all of your disciplines. He should have all the ones that you started out with.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that like manifests differently, starting out wise, was his quietus, and that's just it's not much of a difference at all. But that also just requires a bit of teaching. So he still has quietus and obfuscate and celerity, like every other aspect.
Right, but I just mean, like, he's temperamentally predisposed towards, being a nerd.
Yeah. Well, so he'll kind of he'll pull ribbon out from the book and place it down and fold the book close and go, "So where are you going to hide the body? Where are you going to put the body?"
Well,
Wait,
he's...
Don't tell me that. That the more people that know, the more chances that
We're going to hide it outside, darling. This is a churchyard. He's a priest, and Lincoln Park is one of the least patrolled parts of Chicago.
Don't tell me. The more people that know a lie, the more chances it'll be bad, and someone will find out the truth.
Okay, well then I won't tell you.
So he'll kind of take the book and he'll kind of start walking. I think I'm gonna go to my apartment. So kind of he's looking for permission at this point.
I mean... I don't think that you should do that. Gentlemen, do you think it would be safe for him to go to his apartment? Clearly, he's this might not be the best place for him to continue his studies tonight.
This place here, yeah, I would say I think he should go home for tonight, just so.
All right. Do you know the way? Do you feel safe going back alone?
Yes, I know the way. You're not my. Yes, I know the way.
All right. Make sure you feed, okay?
We already did that tonight.
All right.
Wait, do you own blackout curtains or paint?
I honestly don't remember. It's been a very long time since I furnished. In reality, it's only been about like a year, but he is a student and time functions differently.
Just be careful not to get yourself killed.
Yeah, if any sunlight, comes into contact with you, or if you even look at it, it can be your end.
Okay, well, I'll try to. I'll be back at 3.
All right, excellent. We have until then to bury the bodies. Gentlemen, there are shovels in the shed outside.
I will take care of the I'll do. Yeah. So where's the shovel, Soraya?
In the chapel shed, the one that's used for tending the cemetery.
All right. So I'll go out to the shed and take a shovel and I'll start digging.
You sure you don't need help?
I look over at Jasper and Warren. I think I got it, but if anyone wants to join me, they can.
I don't think I'm doing anything else tonight. Might as well. And, I might see to it that this priest be buried properly.
Oh yeah, do we have to... I suppose if we're burying him in front of a church, we should give him the whole shebang with funeral rites, right? Is someone gonna give a Latin mass over his corpse?
Does anybody have a coffin to spare?
No.
I'm not
Shame.
quite that old.
I thought that coffins were traditional.
Yeah, but it wasn't very comfortable.
I fell into that trope as well when you first app.
It was like a lamer race car bed.
You need to get a race car coffin.
It's like a single bunk
I
bed.
like what you're smoking. They only make those in child sizes, though.
Don't they have those in Ghana?
Race car coffins?
Yeah, there's this one ethnic group in Ghana that has elaborate coffins, where if somebody was a race car driver, they'd make a race car coffin, or if somebody was a pilot, it'd be a plane coffin.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. Look up Ghanaian coffins; they're really neat.
So
I'll
we go.
keep that in mind.
So we start digging.
Somehow this is the most bizarre episode or even show that we've done yet.
This Coterie gets weird with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes about an hour if if it's just Ren and Soraya just digging, it takes about an hour to dig. What are
Mhm.
Warren and Jasper going to be doing?
Oh, I think I'll help if Warren wants to keep lookout, since I've got some potents that might be useful.
Yeah, Warren can keep an eye out for anybody, like a cops or anybody that looks like they might be searching for something suspicious, like people digging a grave.
Yeah, you kind of like you guys develop that like rhythm, and where you start digging all the graves, like not all the graves. You start digging a grave, and it takes about 30 minutes now. That's like all three of you, and you know it's the hole's ready. You find like a spare coffin. It's wood. It's very shitty wood. But wood nonetheless.
Right.
And then Soraya and Ren, Soraya first, and then Ren take a moment to think of like, oh, you still don't have the body.
Yeah, I just.
We are the dumbest vampires in the Midwest. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
What?
Shit. I have someone I can send to get it. It's getting a little late. Although we're still gonna have a hole in the ground here.
It's about
Better
1
than-
a.m. I should
mean-
say it's about 1 a.m. Your retainer is probably awake. Your ghoul, I should say. But cops aren't going to be out of there until about 4 or 5 a.m.
One second. I'm trying to find if I wrote his name down anywhere so that I'm not just calling him my guy.
I mean, if it's going to be my guy, it's going to be Mike Guy.
Yep, my guy.
Very French.
His name could
His
be
name is-
Guy.
His name is now Mike Guy. He rules. He sounds like a Naruto character.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay.
There's a friend of mine who I give my vitae to. I could call him, tell him to show up at the club after it's locked up, or maybe get permission for him to stay in there after they close to get the body. We gotta wait for the cops to leave, and
Yeah,
we might not get back in time, but he could probably do it as long as he let everybody know.
I think that's a good idea.
Jasper.
Mhm.
Can you... Actually, and Ren too. Both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you both roll me wits and investigation? Not like
Okay.
not like you're finding shit, but this is more of like you might be realizing there's there could be something else in this plan of getting the body.
I don't
Okay.
suppose my Woody Bon Moe's specialty applies here.
See, I'm gonna need you to describe what that actually means, because as much as I've seen that on your character sheet for, about a month now, I still haven't actually looked up what Witty Bomb is.
I was talking and didn't have push to talk on. Yeah, it's one of the suggested specialties under wits, and I thought it made sense even though it's kind of a dumb specialty to take. It means like quips. And it's difficulty 6.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
6.
Ooh,
Oh,
2
2
successes.
successes.
Both of you? Okay.
Oh no, I got 3. I was looking at
You
your
got
roll.
3, okay.
Yeah.
Jasper, you kind of realize that, there are some people who don't really give a shit about if a bathroom stall is out of order. And Ren, you also realize there are some people who don't give a shit if somebody is like passed out. They'll probably just like, try to aim elsewhere. Or if they're particularly a mean drunk, purposefully.
I should have locked the door, huh?
Yeah.
We'll call the club and see if we can't get the door locked now, and just hope and pray.
Let's just say I don't deal with bodies. So
I don't know if I was the only one, but you were cutting out and glitching it out quite a bit there.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you either.
Okay. The only bits I got was I don't often
Yeah,
deal
let's
with
do that.
dead bodies
Where-
when I smuggle.
just get the back out of the building. Gosh darn it. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. So you still have enough time in the night for Jasper for you to summon your ghoul to the club, and for you guys to make sure that the dead body is still there and is intact, and in the way that you guys actually left it. Oh dear. Oh, we lost our player. Okay, well, to Jasper then.
Yeah. I'll make sure that the staff there maybe can go and lock the door. Strict instructions from their boss. Do not go in there. Maybe someone mix some chemicals or something. Meanwhile, get it set up so that Mr. Mike Guy get for free. And I wait around until the lights come up, I guess.
Nobody really picks up the phone. Just given the events of that night, no one really picks up the phone.
I call again.
It's still gonna be the same thing no matter how many times you call. Is that it's just nobody's really gonna pick up the phone just because they don't want to have to deal with hearing any religious bullshit from anyone who's calling, who might call.
So here's the mistake I'm gonna make. I'm going to tell Mike to use my name to talk to the boss to then get permission from there, since they won't answer the damn phone, and hope this does not get Mr. Guy eaten on the spot.
I'll make note of that. What is the plan for the rest of the night for you guys?
I do have to admit we've been leaving quite the mess. We don't have a need to clean up right now.
Other than forgetting about the body.
yes. We need to get better, guys. Oh man.
Like, do any of us know anything about the society if we uphold, or are they gonna come right back for our asses? Like,
I know nothing of them.
Soraya is the only one who would recognize the name. Just religion-wise, you recognize it as the older name of what is similar to Saint Leopold and people who followed him in the Crusades.
Yeah, they were a crusader order from back in the 1200s. Searched for holy artifacts, tried to fight demons during the Bali Wars, and also a lot of us. but that's all I know.
Warren, if you also want to know more about this society labeled in modern times, can you roll intelligence and investigation with your research specialty?
For those intelligence and what?
Investigation with your research specialty. Or with your specialty, which just says search on my PDF. But I'm assuming you mean research.
Yeah. Difficulty 6.
Yes. I'm assuming you probably brought like a laptop with you. Oh yeah, no, you definitely just like given your connections online and as much as like ShrekNet is like down around this time, you're still able to like go back. You're able to like kind of like hop on the website a little bit. It does take a bit of work, but you are able to get on it, and you do see like people mentioning the Society of Leopold, and they, I mean, religiously and they're a religious fundamentalist group who hunt down all supernaturals. I mean, you see someone account has an account of like, yeah, I once saw them take down a fucking werewolf. Like, it was crazy. There was like 20 of these guys, and they had like silver ammo, and they brought down this gigantic wolf-like creature thing. Like, it could have been an actual werewolf.
Yeah, Warren would basically do everything he could to share this with the group. You pulling around to show them some more interesting account.
Okay, that is. So that is concerning.
Yeah,
I mean,
the rest of the post basically goes like, this is a group not to be fucked with. If they are wherever you are, get the hell out of Dodge if you want to keep surviving in the nights.
Fun stuff.
I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, but we kind of took them down like chumps, right? Does that mean
That could have just been a small recon group for all we know, and if they went dark, oh boy, we could be experiencing a swarm.
So yeah, we did kick the hornet's nest, huh?
We might have just kicked the hornet's nest, yes.
Interesting.
And I dealt the first blow. Done it again, Ren. You done it again.
Listen, we all stabbed those guys.
Fair.
Do we tell anybody? I mean, they know, but like, do they know this stuff? If they come to town, is it our heads?
Well, they have I have a feeling they will know that other kindred are in the area. I don't know if they will specifically hunt us, but
They know there's something with us, so we're likely at the top of their priority list. You could say.
oh yeah.
Yeah, they know that they're aware of a lot of activity that can be traced back to us, at least.
Should we track down and go talk to the Tremere if they know that had happened, maybe they have more that they aren't letting us onto.
I don't want to deal with the Tremere.
I don't want to deal with the church's goons.
Do we know where the Tremere Chantry is in Chicago?
Soraya doesn't. Jasper also wouldn't, but Jimmy and Warren, can you make intelligence and
Politics?
investigation, politics, or occult?
Okay.
Any of those three, I'm gonna let you choose the top out of those three that you have.
I'll just
go with
do.
investigation.
Go ahead, GR.
If I use investigation, would my specialty also apply to that?
Yes. That as like you don't fully know, but you are like kind of like looking through some like spots of like where it should be.
I'll
and
do a call.
Ren-
I know that. I know that's the lower one, but I feel like Ren would definitely feel like leaning more towards the occult side of things rather than because it's the Tremere.
kind of we're like this is kind of like a weird occulty building that this guy's that the Tremere are at.
Yeah, he's not thinking practical. He's thinking culty.
Yeah. Sure.
That is still three successes.
Wonderful.
Slay.
Not so
successes.
wonderful.
What the heck? That's 2, 4.
Wow.
Isn't that technically supposed to be 1 success?
No.
3, 1. Oh,
There's 3 ones, but there is only 1 10.
Okay.
Do you want to
okay, I
spend?
see.
Do you want to spend a willpower and re-roll those ones?
I might get it. Still difficulty 6.
Yeah, still difficulty 6.
That was 3 successes.
Wonderful. Actually, that's 4 because you still have your specialty. So 2 10s.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, right.
Yeah, you with like the combined efforts of both of you, as like Warren pulls up a map, or like pulls out a map or pulls up a map on his laptop or out of his bag or whatever. Both of you kind of were like, Warren points out like it could be like any of these buildings. These are kind of like secluded areas where if like mystical things were happened, they wouldn't really do much of anything. Where like mortals won't really notice if something goes wrong. And then Ren goes like, but this doesn't have a label. Like this, I've been to this area. It doesn't feel like it has any magic in that area, and I swear I know what it feels like. And then you both narrow it down to this one house on the north side.
North side?
Yeah, it's closer to the water.
Oh, fuck.
why is my coterie a bunch of water freaks?
Something wrong with the north side?
Is it near more towards the river or lake? Just wondering.
You know how vampires are about crossing running water.
It's nothing to do about. I can easily cross water going over a bridge, but I fucking hate it.
It's closer to the lake.
Lake, could handle.
About-
Okay.
It's about like a 10-minute walk away, but like it's close by.
I mean, it's fine, but I just want to get out of that area. So, okay, we can head there to to this house, and maybe they'll give us information. You can see Ren is a little bit shaking with nervousness, but
Would you rather stay back, man?
we need all the information we could get. I would much rather be there.
All right, nothing wrong if you need to bow out for a little bit. Here, I'll stay on the side of you facing the lake so you can't see it.
Nothing. It'll be fine. It'll just.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Can't handle it. It's just, yeah. Let's just head over. Let's find out what the Tremere have interest in us. I'm more curious about that than being scared of water.
Yeah, they don't seem like the types to ask us how to go swimming, so.
It's the Tremere. They would ask us to go swimming.
Yeah, we'll see about that. All right, so what are we going to do? Just be as straightforward as we can?
Something like that. If someone's watching us, and we should frame it not as wanting information, but as wanting to avoid future messes, perhaps?
Well, listen, I mean, the Society of Leopold are going to be a problem for the Tremere as well, right? We
Right.
could just say, hey, this is a heads up, and since we've done you a good turn, you know, maybe you could return the favor?
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, that works with me.
Excellent. That's on.
Yeah, you guys make your way over to the Chantry. And as usual, it appears normal.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming you guys walk up to it and knock.
Yep.
You hear a voice from the inside. You don't know how deep inside, but you hear someone say, "Come in."
Well, I'll walk in as well.
Well, I walk in.
Yeah.
I mean, they told us to.
Yeah,
What could go wrong?
everything appears normal as you walk in. It's kind of the typical Tremere look: red carpet with maroon walls, very fancy, very rich. Certain ways.
Hmm. All right.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for anyone
Yeah.
watching us in secret.
Yeah, I'm just looking around to be like, is anyone available to talk?
Yeah, I'm also looking around, inspecting with keen eye.
Nothing seems out of the ordinary as you walk deeper into the house. Kind of make a few you walk around some corners of the house, and it definitely is now appearing deeper than it actually is on the outside, which is typical.
Mm-hmm. All right, I call out and I say, hello, we are a coterie involved with the Camarilla. We are associated with Genghis and Sir, and we would like an audience with the Tremere.
Bold. I like it.
Please and thank you.
Those who have a dot in politics,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
which is everyone. You know what?
I've
Actually,
got two.
I'll specifically aim this towards Jasper, since they're one who have it the highest. You know, Nikolai is the Tremere Primogen and has the appearance of a 10-year-old child boy.
Keep an eye out for a kid.
And
Whose sire's a kid?
a really old vampire
Freaks.
out of desperation to teach, or a freak.
But they,
Anyway,
All due respect.
but they can't keep their mouths shut. They'll never keep up the masquerade.
But as you do call out, saying you are wishing for a meeting, you see a door kind of materialize and pop out of the wood of the hallway that you're currently in. As it does seem like this hallway you might have been in has actually begun looping a little bit. But now that you've called out, you see a door materialize in front of you.
I'll never get used to this.
I just walk up and turn the knob and walk through it.
Okay.
Hesitantly follow behind.
You do see a child sitting in a chair reading a book. And they simply say, "Speak."
Excuse us. Apologies for coming unannounced, but we felt it might be important. We heard that the clan Tremere was warning some other people about something that we had gotten up to that involved the Society of St. Leopold. And we were hoping, if it pleases you, Jasper's a little bit afraid of the Tremere. He doesn't get it. That, perhaps you could tell us how you got this information, or at least keep us abreast of it to avoid kicking the hornet's nest in the future. We are trying to bring the hunters down on anybody.
Next time, you should be more careful. You hear the book slammed shut now as they stand up and look at you, and you see a child in a suit. A black and white suit and a tie. Stares at Jasper.
Of course, I won't say that our decisions were the greatest in the world, but we were under duress. Strange situation. We won't do it again, but perhaps you could help us avoid detection so that we aren't forced to?
He's going to continue staring, not saying anything just yet. He turns his gaze over to Warren. And then Soraya. Oh, sorry, no, Warren.
Kind of raise an eye.
He gives you a nod. I'll turn over to Soraya.
I nod politely and close my eyes. Slight bow.
Other than him saying "speak," he's not going to say, "I like you."
Thank you, Your Eminence.
And then he looks over at Ren.
Mm-hmm. Just gonna nod my head. Nod my head. I'm good with this stuff. I'm just gonna nod my head at him, just in agreement with everything that's been said so far.
We'll turn back to Jasper. So, you want to avoid detection next time.
Yes, or at least, make it. We don't want the problems with these hunters, and you seem to know what's going on with them. We appreciate that you are keeping watch for all of us, but clearly it's been pointed out to us that we have been sticking our fingers in too many pies, and we'd like to at least be doing it a little more safely.
And we don't want to make things more difficult for you, sir.
Of course.
He breathes in. He makes the look out, the breathing in and breathing out. That deep sigh. Next time, don't be as interesting.
I can't help it. We'll try.
I'm
He's
glad you
staring-
find us interesting, at least.
I didn't say I did. But he's gonna even as he did say that, he's still staring deeply and intensely at Jasper. Almost trying to look into your soul, almost.
Is there something on my face, sir? Or something you'd like to know?
Does it say anything yet?
He gets kind of shifty. He's like looking around, trying to avoid eye contact at this point. He hasn't done anything to piss Jasper off. It's just weird.
Yeah, no, he's not mad.
Yeah.
It's not a look of malice. It's a look of I'm going to continue staring at you to make you as uncomfortable as possible.
It's also like a kid, but an adult, so I don't have a social script to handle it. It's like saying yes, sir, to a 6-year-old. And he's like 10, but
Yeah.
Is it
But he's like really 700 or whatever.
right? Is this my grandpa or my nephew?
I mean, he's a little younger than 700. But he looks like he's 10 though. Now he seems ever so slightly pleased with himself. Now he's going to start staring deeply into Ren.
Oh,
As the other two gained his respect. With the bow and the actual and the question.
I'm just
Don't
nod
be
my
as-
head. Just...
And he's gonna say to Jasper's remark of, I can't help but not be interesting. He says, try.
Oh. Want us to be interesting? Or I just get mixed signals here. We're just gonna tug at his collar of his shirt, like, ooh, he's getting uncomfortable.
If I'm less interesting, does that mean we'll run into less priests?
It means you draw less attention. Less hunters. And no need for Toomba. And the other one, whose name I can't remember off the top of my head. He does say that out loud. It means that people like them will not find you. It means you don't leave bodies in alleys. It means you don't get the attention of people who are more powerful than each and every single one of you. And he will then begin looking at every single one of you.
Okay.
And it means you don't give people the fucking book. It means you don't give people the journal. It means you don't give your sources. It means you keep a low profile and handle shit on the down low.
I'm just nodding my head respectfully, like yes, sir.
How are you guys reacting to this child swearing in front of you?
He isn't saying anything. He does think it's a little funny. He isn't like fully bowled over, cheeks expanded, but he is trying to like suppress a little smirk.
Sarai's just isn't thinking so much about the swearing as wondering, was he sired as a 10-year-old, or does he choose to present himself in this way?
Ren is not happy. He is like, I just came with everyone to hear all the information as well. I just want to get out of here. I was not expecting being dressed down by a 10-year-old people.
Can everybody make a wits and... I wish there was something literally just called memory. Say investigation for now. What's an investigation? Or academics, whatever is higher.
It's an investigation. All right.
3, 2.
Let's see. 5. Yep.
3 successes.
So, Jimmy and Soraya.
Mm-hmm.
Something that sticks out to you. No one's actually ever mentioned the name of the first hunter you killed, which was Toomba.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the only person who's actually mentioned that name. And you guys did take, his information from him. You did take that identifier off of him. That way people wouldn't be able to identify him. Somehow Nikolai also knows that guy's name. And as for Jasper, you recognize that it's kind of strange that he remembers that this guy knows one of the names of the hunters that you've killed. And Warren just goes like, something doesn't feel right with the information that he just said.
I ask, deferentially as I can. Beg pardon, sir, but forgive me, but who is Toomba?
See him kind of hold himself for a second. Fully stiffens up, as if inflicted with rigor mortis. And then you see a slight movement in his being. Well, I am assuming that it was one of the was the hunter that we found in the alley. You didn't clear all of your you didn't clear your trail. The one in the apartment had his name on another identification, on a note, and on the computer as well.
No, we definitely searched his body. I remember that much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was well stripped.
You have your information. You got what you wanted. Leave. And you see there's a fireplace behind him.
Oh no.
There's some candles. You see the flames get more intense as he says leave.
Now, sir, you know, there is no need to be uncivil. We just need a bit of advice, you see.
Flames settle back down into what they were before. He looks at you. And now you're getting that same soul-digging, 1,000-yard stare as if this 10-year-old child is trying to find the deepest crevice, the deepest secret that you hold. You don't know if they can. But now, just like Ren and Jasper, you are also now getting the same treatment as they were.
I'm unintimidated. I have experience with stare downs and eccentric people in hierarchies. I keep my gaze as steady as I can and I say, we'll leave soon, but we do need to get what we came here for.
Came here for information. Did you lie?
No, we came here for information, but we don't have enough of it yet.
Tell me what you want.
What does the Society of Leopold want in particular in Chicago?
Same thing they want everywhere. No supernaturals.
Gentlemen, did you have questions?
As far as you go.
Did we hit when we hit the apartment? Was that just a small reconnaissance group, or was that the start of a much larger thing to come? Do you have any information on that? It's
All he'll say
reconnaissance.
is the first.
Okay.
Yeah, you were wanting to know how you knew about them. We aren't, as you said, the world's most subtle people, but as far as we could tell, nobody knew about what was happening there except for us and the folks we had to kill. Do you have people surveilling? Was it your freaky magic shit? We just want to also know when the hunters are coming around.
Follow up to that. How actually did you... Where did you hear the name Toomba?
I have agents.
We all have agents.
I have, and will always have, more than you do.
Well, that's true, but that's not an
You-
explanation.
You do not communicate with those that I can, and you never will.
Do I feel like he's trying to cover something up with this superiority move?
I think it's pretty clear.
I mean,
Mhm.
yes.
What I mean specifically is like, he's saying I have agents, right? But like from my perspective, that means like I've got people watching the house. But is he like telling a half truth where he means like I was best buds with those guys? Like I'm trying to suss out.
Oh,
do I
okay.
feel like he's telling the whole truth? I guess.
Okay. You know he's telling the full truth. You know that he's when he says I have agents and I will always have more, and that you will never have this the same amount. You know he's telling the truth. What you can guess that he's either using his blood magic or his age to do it.
Well, listen. We don't want to cause a stink as much as you don't want us to cause a stink. Just like if you know if they're holed up in a safe house, like drop an address for us would be huge. We'll stay blocks away from that place.
Yes, all of these, this Inquisition is all in service of staying out of your way, sir.
You don't understand. I fear none of you will ever understand.
Help us.
That is the
No.
issue.
You must learn on your own.
Well, then we're at an impasse, aren't we?
And now he's gonna you hear the doors open behind you. You didn't see him do anything. There's no movement, no air, no nothing happened except for the new air that was introduced, and you see the flicker of the flames a little bit. Now that the doors have opened.
I whip around to see. Is he telling us to leave, or are we being surrounded?
There's no one there. Now the question is, you know he's Tremere. And he just opened doors on his own. You realize that, younger Tremere aren't typically able to do that on their own. They're not able to do that through magic. And you see him waiting, almost tapping his foot now.
We had got all the information that we can, guys. Let's just get out of here.
We all know that younger Tremere typically can't do that on their own.
It takes, most often, younger Tremere are learning the ways of the path of the blood, And even when they do get to movement of the mind, it does take like a visual connection to be able to open, be able to lock or unlock something and move it. And with you guys in the way and him being so small, he didn't really have that much of a visual he wasn't able to like see the door. So it does show that he's of some strength.
I mean, I'm not going to wait around till he opens the door that is my ribcage, so I'm going to back out.
Yep, I'm backing out.
I'll back out as well, but I know that I'm under Camarilla protection, and I don't want to show that I'm intimidated.
Slay.
So I stay for like another couple minutes saying, listen, I believe that I might have said something, importune, and I beg your pardon, sir, if I've caused any offense. Next time we meet, I hope that it'll be under better circumstances.
You stay.
Oh.
Oh.
He'll say that to Soraya. GR does actually feel a little bit of the mystic push against his chest, as if the finger is poking him to leave now.
Sure.
But unlike the other two, I should say, it's actually going to hold you outside the doors, as the doors do close. The other two are free to walk around.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
And to Soraya, in the closed room. He's gonna say, I know what you did. The doors open again, and you feel a very strong push, moving you outside of the room. Then Warren is brought in, as if like sliding chess pieces again.
It's gonna kind of scout the whole theme around sort of again.
I say, I see. Well, in that case, I really am sorry.
Good. Doors close again, and he's in his one. And then with the one-on-one with Warren, I am sorry for what she did to you. What you were doing is good. He actually walks up closer to you. And that stone? That... What are you gonna say?
How do you know about
Spirits talk. If you bring me the stone, it'll be worth your while.
I like knowing exactly what I get in return before making deal.
Better instruction than what she will give you.
It's going to nod. I
He'll
will
nod back,
consider
and he'll the kind of like grasp you felt on your body now like let go. Be careful around them.
I'm always.
He'll shake his head. The doors will open. He'll actually walk over to his seat, pick up his book, and a goblet in hand. That is wildly out of size for what he is, for being a child. And he'll kind of hold it as he's holding a book in one hand and occasionally sip until you leave.
Thank you for your time. I hope you're right. Well,
Do you guys leave the Chantry?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I do want to get nosy on the way out. See if I see anything interesting.
Okay.
Not like, going into doors and stuff, but like, seeing if anything was left out that shouldn't have been.
Perception awareness?
Oh, can I roll the
it-
same?
Yeah. Are you just looking for like what could possibly be like magical artifacts or, stuff that they use for rituals? That kind of stuff?
Yeah, weird
or
books.
anything
all of it.
related to like,
Your
kindred
thing?
around Chicago, or things like that.
So Raya's will be perception investigation then.
Okay, so
Awareness will be for the ritual materials.
3 successes.
Yeah, you find some. That shouldn't be difficulty 7 for you, but that doesn't change the amount of
Oh, I meant to
successes.
put 6, but
Yeah, you find some. You don't, not being Tremere, not knowing rituals, you don't know how important they are. You would guess that they do, they look valuable and for like mortal stuff. There's like a really fancy mirror, like handheld mirror.
I think about it, but I leave it there.
Okay.
all right. So I got a crit failure.
Standard.
No.
No, it's the standard.
Okay.
Standard.
Crit
But
failures
I
are
also-
like that's like a V5 thing, and you would to get a botch, you need like no successes and a 1.
All right. But I also have like the key 9 bonus. Does that affect?
It really wouldn't affect anything. That would just give you an extra dice. Not an extra, an extra success if you got 2 10s.
Okay.
You don't. You see books that talk about people from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
You would guess that maybe 1 or 2 of them could have had, if they were to like actually name drop a real person, maybe there's a vampire there. You don't know.
All right.
You're welcome to take the book. Nothing bad is really gonna happen if you do.
No, I don't want to piss him off even more.
Now about like 2:30 in the morning. You guys are outside the Chantry. It's actually snowing quite heavily now. And the wind, if it were for like a mortal person, it would feel piercing and painful.
Well, unless there's work that we need to do, I think I'd better return to my runaway hideaway before Randy gets home.
I need to. I want to get away from here, so I think I'm going to head home.
Warren, Jasper?
well,
I was told to be less oh, sorry. I was told to be less interesting, so I suppose I'll just go back to my haven.
Yeah, I'll go, and I think I actually have a show to report.
Yeah. Jasper, when you get home, it's now, I would say it's probably about like it's about 15 minutes after, so it's about 2:45. And there's a message waiting on your answering machine.
I'll play it.
And it's saying, it says, the voice goes, "Hey, it's Mike. Which body did you want me to get? Because one of them is missing their throat. Can you come here and, like, show me?"
Fuck. When was the message left?
About 30 minutes ago.
And I check my almanac to see when the sun comes up.
You got about an hour before the sun is up. Your body is beginning to feel a bit heavy, but not at the point where you need to sleep.
Fuck. It's 1991, so this is a payphone, so calling him back won't do anything. God.
It's a phone at the bar.
I guess I'll try that again, but I bet they won't answer.
No, they still don't answer.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I run back out because I don't know what else to do, and I guess I go to the club as fast as I can.
So all of this happens like after the rest of us have like left, right? Jasper's completely alone.
Yeah, Jasper's alone at this point. Everyone's back at their havens. I was
Okay.
gonna ask, are you going to contact the rest of your coterie mates before you do this?
Yes, I'll call. Well, is there anyone who like? Who do I know? I guess I haven't been to everyone's haven. Do I know anyone who lives particularly close to the club? Because I don't want to get us all sunburned.
The furthest one is Ren.
Mhm.
Otherwise, and second furthest is Warren. So Soraya would be closest, but even then, there's a very good chance of getting sunburned.
Right, I'm already taking a risk. I'm not going to get these people out of safety, probably. I mean, it's a role-playing game, so maybe I should. But I don't know. I'll call Soraya since he's closest. I'll say, hey, there probably isn't enough time, but there is another body with our... Wait, we're on the phone. Whatever. There's another body with our priest guy. I'm going back to the club. Bye.
What the fuck?
And I hang up the phone and run out the house.
You both have celerity. You both have celerity.
I do have celerity, but I'm also like all the way back at my haven now. Which clearly has like a functioning phone.
Yeah, well, yeah. Why wouldn't they? But like, Randy's also there, and he's kind of like sitting, like waiting to like hear like whatever you're gonna say.
I say, okay, so where's Randy? Wait, Randy's at the.
Yeah, he came back a bit early.
Okay. I say, that sounds... I don't think that that's our responsibility then. I think that only one of those is our business. I don't think it's worth the risk, Jasper. Just get home.
I mean, I have to go because they won't answer the phone, and Mike doesn't even know what body it is, so I have to tell him he
Listen,
can't do
if there are
both.
2 bodies, then that means somebody else can take the blame for our body.
A brutal murder and then a dead body stashed away in a bathroom.
No, we have to be less interesting. Everybody's talking about all the shit we're getting into. This is gonna look like more of our shit. I put the out of order sign on the fucking door, and now the Tremere Primogen is gonna come and rip my fucking throat out. I have to get to that club.
All right, I'll say a prayer.
Okay. Yeah, you get there using your celerity and such. Now like 3:15. Took about 30 minutes to get there. Just you running, somewhat publicly, but also not enough to like freak people out. But you're like running, and people are like, "Oh shit, he's pretty damn fast. Look at him."
Sorry, I get my workouts in at a weird time.
Yeah, and you kind of push past the bouncer, who even sees you coming up, and he sees you running, and kind of like he just about is out of the way, but you still push him past. And you make your way up to the bathroom, where Ren left the body, and you see someone stashed another body. Well, stashed? No, that's not the right way to put it. Eviscerated a body in this bathroom stall, with their throat having it looking like it was genuinely ripped out. You can kind of see almost where the where fingers were even pressed in on the side of the neck.
Why don't...
Do I recognize the face? Sand's throat?
Not at all.
I go for a wallet. I try to get an identity because Kindred don't leave fingerprints. And I run my fingers. Warren, or not Warren. I'm just looking at the screen. Mike. This isn't our guy. It's the other guy. Do I get the sense that the proprietors of the club don't sleep here?
That Thornhill and Annabelle don't sleep here.
That's right.
There is a bedroom on the 3rd floor that you guys did see during the party.
Right, and whoever let me in is probably going to tell them. Or did Mike let me in? Will they find out that I was here if I don't deal with the other body?
There is a very good chance.
Fuck, this one's not mine. But I already need to sleep, and they're older than me, so I guess it's just gonna have to
desecrate the other body. Oh wait, shit! I'm not.
You're not there.
Yeah, that's
I'm
okay.
not there. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Excuse me.
It's gonna have to be a double-decker sandwich of bullshit. How are you intending to get this body out? Did you bring extra?
I was just I was just planning on, kind of putting him, and he kind of gestures at his, like, a tarp. He kind of gestures at, like, a bit of, like, a rubber tarp stick out of the stall on one side. Kind of, like, leading into this one. I was kind of planning on just, putting them in, like, that kind of thing, like, a body bag, suture, like, kind of, like, zip tie it up early in the morning after the cops are gone. And then, putting him in the trunk of my car.
Okay. Wait, okay. Stay here. I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna look for a supply closet, like a janitor closet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Is celerity still active?
No, I don't want to draw attention to myself, so I'm moving swiftly and confidently, but not like I'm panicked. So like I'm doing my job, but I'm not like having a public freak out. I'm going to take those big janitor trash cans and every trash bag, and like not wheel the whole cart. Fuck it.
Can you hold on for a moment?
Sorry.
Can you roll me 4 dice? Standard difficulty.
Oh no.
The non-specificity of it is scary. I'm gonna spend my willpower.
No willpower.
Fuck.
Or this is you just rolling 4 dice. So I don't have. There's no stats, no nothing. I'm just needing
One success.
As you're digging through now to get to these large, the 55-gallon trash bags. After you've done that good bit of digging, you hear a scream.
Coming from the bathroom.
It would only be logical.
Fuck. Mike, I told Mike to stay there. Mike's gonna get arrested for a double murder. I can't. I can. I'm gonna go and look and see. Is there a crowd around it? Is it one per? I want to see what it's looking like over there.
Don't worry about that dice roll. There isn't. There's a little bit of a crowd now, but like there's a bouncer in front of the door now, and you see Mike successfully playing off being a victim of sorts who kind of went into shock and passed out in front of the body. And I think with that, that's where we're going to end tonight.